From the location details page, you can access this page by clicking the location details navigation here in the top navigation. The first view that you're going to see is essentially your location's calendar of events. This is how you're going to add your location's availability and the time slots that individuals from the public can schedule an appointment to come in and receive their vaccine. It's a pretty simple process to setting up your calendar. You essentially choose the day, so we're going to select Saturday 1/23, and you just simply click into a certain 30-minute time spot that you would like to add availability. The system will ask you to confirm it. You click yes, and at this point what you've done is created availability for 50 people to come in between 8 and 8:30. Now, how does the system know that you can see 50 people in 30 minutes? Because for some of our smaller clinics, this is a little bit ambitious. For some of our bigger hospitals, 50 people is not enough. We need to up that. All of this information from your default settings is set within your location details tab next to your schedule tab. So if we go ahead and click location details, you'll see that we have these two settings: default capacity, or max appointments per 30-minute time slot, and by default we have it set to 50. Next, we have the percentage of appointments reserved for booster shots by default. So what that means is for every 30 minutes that we add availability, we will create 50 appointment slots, and of those 50 appointment slots, half of them will be reserved for boosters. So what that means is by default, we added 50 appointment slots, and if we explore those 50 appointment slots, you'll see half of them are reserved for their initial shot, and half of them are reserved for booster shots. So you can modify this. Let's say you're a little bit a smaller clinic, and you can only do 5 people a day, and you're just starting off, so you don't need to do any boosters. You can set this to 0. So what the system will do is anytime we add new capacity, it will add a total number of 5 appointments, with all of them being reserved for the initial shot. So let's go ahead and see how that works. I'm going to scroll to the bottom of the page, click Update Location. Now this information is saved. So when I come back to my schedule, by clicking the Schedule button next to the location details, you'll see when I add availability, I only have 5 spots, and if I explore this a little bit further, you'll see they're all reserved for initial capacity. So let's add a couple more spots to the menu, or excuse me, to the day here. The workflow that we've built in terms of creating availability by clicking into these different time blocks, it allows you to have as flexible of a day as your location would like to have. However, setting up a calendar like this for a week or a month would be very challenging. It would be a lot of clicks. And so what we've done is we've created a feature called the Day Template feature that is meant to streamline setting up an entire week for you. So what we're going to do is click this Day Templates button, which is this blue button up here in the top left of the calendar. And what will happen is we'll have basically a table of all of the different templated time blocks that we've created. So let's create a new one by clicking Add New Record. You'll see a row is added to the table, and we'll name this Weekday Time Block. And our weekday will start at 9 in the morning and will end at 3 in the afternoon. To select the time block, click the little time icon to the right and select the time. In this particular instance, it's the end time. So now we have a time block called Weekday Time Block, and it goes from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. So to apply that time block, I'm going to go ahead and close this window down. And on Monday the 18th, we're going to add that time block to our day here. So to access the day, I'm going to click on the day header, which is Monday 1/18. And it's going to open up the table for that day. Now you'll see that we have Add Schedule, our week time block. If we click this blue button that says Add to Current Day, you'll see the system automatically adds all of the availability to this day based upon the availability that you have set within your location details template. So if you wanted to raise this to 10, and we're going to go ahead and save that information. When we apply the time block to the 19th by clicking on the day header, when we add that, you'll see that it takes the entire time block that we added within our location details and applies that to every single time slot that we've added. You can create multiple day templates. This is really a feature that is meant to help you set up your weeks quickly. You can go back into each one of these, customize them as you need to. If you needed to delete a time block, you would just simply click on the half hour to delete, scroll down to the bottom and say remove time slot. At that point, you'll have your days created, and what you've done so far is created availability for the public to schedule an appointment at your site.